So we're getting ready for this race in the double sculls. This is the O'Donovan brothers, Paul and Gary, who really brought the sports to a huge level of public attention at the Rio Olympics.
These brothers are personalities are so big, the Irish Republic has issued them their own postal code.
Well, they're big characters. They're up against this double scull from Leander Club of Stephen Cox and Tim and Oliver.
When I see that you are both straight and ready, I will start
the umpire giving the instructions.
Attention.
To this heat of the double scull, the O'Donovan brothers, Gary and Paul, against Cox and Oliver from Leander Club. Just a little wake coming in as the crews sit on the start. I'm not sure if they'll be able to bide a bit of time and let that go through. So we see the O'Donovan brothers on the left looking really very upright to me. We're expecting a high stroke rate from them as they take it off going down the island. And the arm goes up from Stephen Cox in the bow seat of the Leander boat. Maybe there's a bit of weed or something pulling off there. I love that. I love that. I think just let's stay calm. Let's let this wash kind of go through. Let's be in control of the process. And that's something that I think we know works in sport.
Their blades are all squared. Something's going to happen soon.
It's a very long hold. As I have a look there, Gary O'Donovan, his blades are up and down. His hands are on and off his blades. He's feathered again now. So just giving the boat some stability. I wonder whether the umpire's just given them a signal that perhaps we're going to wait a little bit longer here, because there is just that little topple on the water. So potentially distracting time sitting up on the start. You can hear music from the pleasure boats that go back and forward.
Go!
We were ready when the time came, and as we thought, plenty of strokes going in, high rates for both crews getting off the start here. There's the O'Donovan brothers. They move so well together, and really just getting the stroke rate up, moving nicely, getting the boat up to speed, enjoying the relative shelter. They're the lightweight crew. They're up against bigger, stronger men in the Leander boats. They want to get the boat away nicely before they come out the top of the island here, take on just a little bit of breeze, which might be on the course, pushing the boat around a bit more.
As a lightweight silver medalist from Rio, they're not going to wait around for a heavier crew. You're going to use your light advantage, run off a higher stroke rate, use their technique. Look at that wash they're powering their way through now.
Yeah, but there's no disturbance to the boat, is there? The hull is just moving along and they're just gliding along up on top of it. And you can just see the slight difference in dynamism. You've got the longer stroke here, slightly longer connection, looking to kind of move the boat further per stroke. But the Irish crew are just that little bit more dynamic and therefore opening up their lead.
And actually, this is also, although it's a Leander crew, it's a Commonwealth crew. The bowman is from Zimbabwe, currently in the British Army, and training full-time as part of the African venture into rowing. And the stroke man is also an Irishman from Belfast, who's racing here, and he's won the British University champs in the quad, the single, and the double this year.
Well, it's good experience to be bringing here onto the Henley course. The O'Donovan brothers have chosen to come here to Henley Royal Regatta. They missed out on the second World Cup in Linz. They said they wanted to come here to Henley instead. Obviously, we're absolutely delighted to have them here, and I hope they'll be delighted with the lead they've opened up here as they're coming down towards the barrier, just about 2 minutes into the course.
They really led a renaissance in Irish rowing. They had so many entries throughout the Republic this year. It's been great.
Yeah, and I enjoyed watching the pair racing out last year in Sarasota, Bradenton. They were just, again, so dynamic, sprinting their way down the course on that occasion. The double weren't able to race together. It was just Paul who took on the single scull and raced that to win the World Championships. But here he is with his brother sat in front of him in the double.
Paul won the single in 2016 and 2017.
But now it's time that they want to move up to the Olympic boat. Of course, this is the only lightweight boat that will be raced at the Tokyo Olympics. That's on the minds one day for the O'Donovans, not today. Today it's about racing this crew from Leander, who are looking to hang in there, make sure they keep the pressure on, and really they're sculling pretty nicely.
They're sculling very nicely. A nice demonstration. They're keeping an eye. No one's looking around. They're really paying attention to the booms and keeping their boats moving forward. Although you see the waves now, if the TV audience looks at their stern, you can see it dip. It just means their catch is a little bit slow and that weight transfer isn't happening quick enough and the weight is settling down.
And as you can see the O'Donovan brothers to the right from Skibbereen steering beautifully down the Berkshire station, just a nice distance away. The Leander Club have allowed themselves to get pulled into the middle a little bit, possibly catching the bow wave maybe that might be coming down from this Irish double, and that will not be helping them with their steering and not be helping them with their speed down the course.
Well, I think the IOC made a nice decision on keeping the men's lightweight double. It's such a beautiful boat because you're really the money is on the technique because you're all weighing the same, and they scull so beautifully. In heavier boats, you can use a little more muscle, you can push your way down, you can kill all the king's fish you want as long as you stay in front. But here they're just sculling it along nicely.
Well, you do need to be efficient when they find themselves back at the World Cups later on in the year, but they'll need to make their technique pay because they're going to find themselves against heavyweight opposition, both in terms of experience and in terms of stature as they work their way through this regatta. But they've made a good first step here, coming down past those clubs we saw earlier, the Upper Thames and the Remnant Club.
In reading some of the athletes' comments, Tiernan Oliver, the stroke man of the Leander crew, wanted to put a shout out to the Armagh football team, which is his favorite football team. So athletes, please continue to fill out those forms.
Yeah, give us that information. It's good to know what the stories are behind the scullers, what gets them to be on this stage and competing at this level. We like to know. We like to try and share the information and details with you as accurately as we can.
I think the bowman Cox could be the only Zimbabwean rowing this year at Henley that I've seen so far.
Certainly that you've seen so far, Sean, as we take a look.
There's still
here.
2.5 days left, Greg.
With the O'Donovan brothers, hopefully getting a great experience here, getting used to the conditions. And what do you think they'll want to learn from today, Sean?
I think they want to learn how to row down the course because this is the first day of the double sculls. They want to feel the water, especially as it moves off the booms and as the booms come in and out. So they want to get a feel. They want to hear the roar of the crowd when they come in because the rest of their races will be tight. There's some very good heavyweight doubles that will push them. You can see their steering is very good.
And it's an interesting expression used to feel the water. And I guess if you have a nice light grip in your hand, you don't want to be clenching that handle like some sort of Vulcan death grip. You don't want to have white knuckles. You want to just be quiet and loose. And then you can actually drop that spoon in the water and actually just feel the connection and feel the acceleration come through.
Well, as they say, you want to be gentle enough to mend the angel's wings and strong enough to hold back the devil. And they're doing that very well right now.
Well, it's a lovely combination, really, to be able to apply the force in the most efficient way. And it's a lovely description you use, Sean, to say how they want to do that. You just see this crew just really nice and tightly tucked against those booms. No questions for the umpire, but also no questions for the fact that you might end up having a mishap and hitting those booms, and you know would be so potentially catastrophic.
And Leander keeping the pressure on, keeping their stroke up, will make them race all the way to the finish.
They will keep it going all the way to the finish, but this is the camera on the progress board that shows that grandstand, and those people in the stewards enclosure, the progress of the crews as they work their way down along the course. And what we'll see in front of them now is this win in the Double Sculls Challenge Cup. The O'Donovan brothers from Skibbereen, Paul and Gary, look fantastic there. They came across the line, and then we have the double crossing the line now. They sculled well, they raced well. The confirmation of the win in double, the O'Donovan brothers over Cox and Oliver from Leander.
It's just difficult when you're racing the silver medalist.